Good morning, Modern Steaders. Just made it up here to the off-grid property, and it's not very nice out. It is 30 degrees and rain. Luckily, it's supposed to warm up and get into the upper 30s to low 40s, so that'll help melt everything. But right now, it's not very pleasant. I wanted to work out on the solar array, finishing the wiring up on that, but that's not going to happen today with the rain we're having. We're supposed to get about a ½ inch of rain today. So we are going to finish closing in this opening. We got a header to build and plywood and a bunch of stuff. And then we have some inside electrical work we can be doing. I'm hoping it gets nicer tomorrow because I need to get this wired up. So then we can get on the inside of the powerhouse and start powering up and getting everything ready for our inverters and batteries. Gina is home, priming the door, getting it ready for paint.
All right, this is an exciting day. The door is here. Look at that. We're so excited for the door to be here and really happy. It was just an online purchase and you just sometimes never know. It came and it looks great, and we did not get it finished because that was going to be like kind of really crazy pricing. So we decided that we would finish it ourselves. In order to get installed, we want to make sure it's protected because it's unfinished wood. So go ahead and prime it and get it painted. Look at that beauty.
I want to fill these 2 gaps in between the 3 boards. There, that wall is all done. Got it framed in for the French door. We have it ordered. That's supposed to be here in, I believe, 2 weeks. So I got a temporary door over it. I know I should have done that for the front door, but I just got a tarp there. That actually is here. Gina's priming it right now as we speak. So that'll be getting hung up in a couple of days. But I wanted to get this all closed in because the wind, when it blows, really whips this direction, so it'll cool off the house a lot quicker. So this should keep the whole house a lot warmer, and we need to get it heated once we have all of our solar power stuff inside. So I'm trying to make sure that everything is checked off the list, so when we go and do install the solar, we're in good shape for that. gonna do a lot of rough wiring yet, but I want to get a couple of outlets in this room wired up, and I want to wire up some lights in the powerhouse, so that way when we have all the solar in here, we have power on, we can check to make sure it's working. We'll have some outlets, and then we'll have some lights in this room, so that way when we're working later on, we'll have lights. They're just gonna be temporary, nothing fancy, just something we can use for now. Then later on we can take them out, sheathe it with a sheetrock, cut everything out, and go from there. I want to mark all my outlet boxes. We're gonna go 16 inches. I'm gonna go one in this bay. And we're gonna do one over on this bay. Right here. Then we're gonna do a switch box right here at 48 inches. Now all this could end up coming back out, but it'll be nice just to have a little bit of wiring in here. We'll have some outlets we can use to run extension cords off of, and we'll have one room with lights. That's gonna be really nice. The other day I went to Home Depot and I was just gonna pick up a couple of boxes for this room, and Home Depot didn't have any single outlet boxes. So I went to Lowe's, and Lowe's had, I think, 3 cases of 100. So I grabbed a case because I don't want to be out of outlet boxes when I need them. I bought 4 rolls of wire this summer because I knew copper prices were going up, and I knew we would use at least 4 rolls. Yes, I know that's a really big hole, but I figure being over here by the breaker box, I'll probably end up using this to run a lot of our wires in this room. So I'd rather go big right from the beginning. Corner's gonna work out nicely. Come in here and I can clean this up a little bit if I want with a chisel, but we have plenty of room to get our wires through without an issue. We have 2 2x6s doubled up right here in this corner, so. Alright, now by code, you need to have a nailer within 12 inches of the wires going into the box. So I'm going to put a 2x6 right on this back side here, so that way we can nail all of our wires right to that. Let's get a couple of ceiling light boxes hung, and then that way we will have all of our boxes that we need in here for now up. It's a beautiful morning. It's about 34 degrees out right now. Sun is out. I am loving this. We need to work on getting our solar disconnects installed down the solar array. We have 3 of these IMO disconnects. perfectly. I like it. Just like so. So the last couple of videos that we've done are on installing our wire trough and running all of our wires. Now, we can figure out the space in the garage house. So, I'm thinking like 2 right here. And then I'm thinking, that's how windy it is. 2, no, I like to have the third one. We do them like this. That'll work. Woo! That was a hat! I could not find any weather-tight connectors, so I am using Lexol. It's like a silicone almost, but it never hardens. So it'll be perfect for this.
Okay, now we're on to the paint. So this door is going to be black. So we got black windows, the garage door is going to be black. We originally were just going to prime it and not paint it, but we decided we're going to go ahead and paint it. And the other door that we got for the sunroom greenhouse area, we're going to have to paint too. So we're hoping that the black paint will at least kind of match, because there's so many different shades of colors nowadays that we want to make sure they kind of at least match. It honestly looks kind of a grayish to me, but maybe it'll dry darker. Hopefully, usually paint does, it dries darker. Turn it back now.
So our first inverter, we're going to run purple and orange too. Purple, nurple. purple. We want to make sure we keep our wires clearly marked so we're not confusing them one bit whatsoever. This is going to be our purple red. So I'm going to mark this right close inside. Purple. We're going to keep all of our wires coming up into our DC disconnects on the left side, and that way we just know going forward that left is solar panels in, and then right is to the house out. I am keeping all of the wires really long until the end, then we'll cut them back. Instead of cutting them out in a bunch of little short pieces, or cut them all at the same time, so we'll have some long pieces, so that way if I need to make some runs here and there, we have it. I like that every time I do something with these wires, it gets a little bit more organized every time. Oh, it's nice. Yes. Alright, so now we'll run the wires from the house up to the disconnect. And the reason I didn't do red and black wires from the array or from the solar panels to the disconnect is because honestly, I did not want to be looking at red wires hanging off of the solar panels. now we need to work on making some MC4 connector ends on our wires that run from the disconnects over to our solar panels. So this is going to be our negative going onto the male end of our gray. Bam, cut it. This wire is going to inverter 3, and the reason we chose the panel layout we did is for shadowing. And we want to keep all of the panels that get the sun the last all together and all the same inverter. We're gonna have 3 inverters, and we want to have the maximized sun going to one inverter, and then the next group to another inverter, and then the least performing solar panel group to its own inverter, so that way it's not bringing down all of the panels. These are our MC4 connectors. Boom. These were ordered on Amazon. You can get them in a lot of different places. It's kind of weird. It's a little backwards trying to remember how these all go together, because the female MC4 connector takes the male metal insert. I know. It's a little confusing. So there is a special tool to put these MC4 connectors on. This is made by 𝑸𝑚𝑎𝑖𝑙. I got it off Amazon. If I remember, I will link it in the video description down below. You can try crimping these on without the connector. Do it with needle nose pliers. It would just take a little bit more work. We are good. And they have like a little ratcheting spring release. When you get them tight all the way, boom, they'll let go. Now just a weather tight connection. So inside you have a couple of different things going on. First we have our nut. Put that on first. Then we can slide this up in place. Make sure it locks in place. Sounds to me like it locked in. Alright, and then once it's all tight, it is weather tight. There's actually O-rings on the male side later on that'll keep it nice and weather tight once it's all plugged together. I don't want to plug any of this in yet. I just want to get all of my ends made and ready to go. Alright, we got the last one to do. Click. Tighten it up. Perfect. I like it. We are getting there. Another step closer to having solar power in the house. Alright, now we let it dry and see what it looks like when we hang it.
We're gonna hang it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna put it up. And then if we have to,
Right, if we have to, we can redo it in the warmer weather.
right,
But
summer.
well, it feels good to have all of the wiring done down to the solar array, or should I say, it feels good to have all of the wiring done that we can have done before we start putting in all of the inside solar stuff. I don't want to have any of that hooked up while I'm going to be wiring up the inside. I'll just feel better knowing that everything outside is disconnected. We don't have any live wires running inside. So it feels good to be this far. I'm glad we got the front of the greenhouse up and covered, because the wind that blows through right there would just cool off the house. We want to make sure the house stays above freezing once we have all the solar stuff in there. So that's one of the big reasons why I boarded off that wall now. And it's even better that the door showed up, because now we can have a real door and not a tarp. And it's looking good. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and we'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.